You know how the Build Back Better bill is to have all sorts of support for families in need in this country, extending the child tax credit, providing elder care, paid family leave, sick leave, expansion of Medicare, both in terms of who is eligible for Medicare and what kind of support they get, dental, vision, hearing, all those things that have been hacked away. This is a very, very difficult time for those in the Democratic leadership who are so upset to see the Biden agenda being assaulted. They are very, very sensitive to what's going on with the children, the workers, the people, the average American. So sensitive that it is great to see Nancy Pelosi take time out of her schedule to go and help out one couple of those Americans who will not get the extended child tax credit. That's for sure. Here she is officiating a wedding amongst the people.
How charitable.
In many respects.
Like the
there she
Pope
is. That's not even the
people's feet.
That's not even the most grand. You got to get a wider shot than that. This is at the Getty. Which one of them is a Getty?
The one, the girl, the bride.
The bride is a part of the family Getty. Where have I heard that name before?
They're the image sort of monopolists, right?
The image monopolists.
Are they? Is that the same Getty?
Oh, isn't it?
It is not.
Oh, is this the one?
They are an ex. I thought they were a gas.
Oh, is that what it is? Getty. I knew I recognized the name. Yes, it was the name of a couple of gas stations. We find even more grander. This.
It's worse. It's literally worse than what you're saying, Matt.
Much worse.
Much worse.
You know that you're just confusing it with the Getty Museum because that was just sort of like a pocket change.
Can you put the image back up, Bradley?
She is out there officiating a wedding. We don't know how much they're worth. I mean, I would imagine there's billions.
She's a billionaire heiress, and she's wearing a crown.
I mean, come on.
What
is
do you
that
think
a
that
crown?
crown's made out of?
Just probably diamond, gold.
You know when people
diamond,
get
gold.
so rich that they no longer have any taste? That's kind of the situation.
Well, to be fair to Nancy Pelosi, maybe she didn't know that when these billionaires would get married, that there'd be a full picture spread in Vogue magazine.
Do you know where this was taken, by the way?
It's some type of like castle or
San Francisco City Hall.
What?
Yeah, here it is.
The wedding was at San Francisco City Hall?
Heiress Ivy Getty got married at San Francisco City Hall on Saturday.
Oh my God. They rented out the City Hall?
I mean, can you get any more?
And I imagine those carpets are probably not there usually during.
She is the great-granddaughter of oil tycoon J. Paul Getty.
There you go.
You can just rent out government buildings for your wedding.
Let me ask you a question with that picture. Put it back up. I just want to know, are those slaves? Are those women in the dresses?
Actress Anya Taylor-Joy sitting there, the bleach blonde one.
Are they rented? Are those actual? Are they
the slaves?
No, I just wonder. Like, are they hired? It's like a Greek. Is this some type of Greek thing? This is. But I mean, come on, Nancy Pelosi. Like, listen. She's a multi-millionaire.
I just want to make one.
Wait, let me just finish this.
Okay.
It's like, it is one thing for her to be completely tone deaf, but it's another to be completely tone deaf to the total tone deafness that you have.
Yeah.
Like this is.
It's one thing to be tone deaf and singing loudly.
Exactly. This is like exponentially. Like this is the only thing I have to compare it to is, I have two things to compare it to. One is John Kerry windsurfing in August 2004, right before his election, off the coast of Nantucket. That was sort of didn't really project the right, as people are desperately trying to work to get him elected president. And then the other thing I would compare this to would be Nancy Pelosi herself. When she was talking about the COVID thing's really tough because we have to figure out what kind of ice cream we all like in front of her one of her sub-zero refrigerators or whatever it is, freezers. I mean, God.
She went up to her herself. Pelosi.
Yeah, she
went
topped
up to herself.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
She beat her.
Yeah.
Previous
This
record.
is like she wanted to beat her own personal mark of tone deafness.
Very Usain Bolt of her. Again, this is kind of a stupid point, but they're all carrying like weeds and thistles as the bouquets. Can you just put that up really quickly again? This is just a thing I have with rich people like this. I'm sure it was insanely expensive, but like when you're rich to the point where it's just kitschy to be holding like essentially brown thistles as the bouquets, and then let's just get married at City Hall, right? In the heart of San Francisco.
It's slightly different. Yes, it's like let's rent the entire City Hall.
Yeah,
in fact, maybe we should just rent the entire city for the day.
The truth is, like, there is nobody in the history of Earth who's ever had enough taste to justify the amount of wealth that these people have.
Yeah. No, but my point is just like they get so in their own bubble of wealth that anything that's insanely expensive automatically is very cool, and that looked ugly to me.
Pelosi is absolutely in that bubble too. That's why there's going to be no improvement from this party until she's.
I mean, just the. Like, I'm honestly, you got to think like, what is going on in her head? There's nobody around her to say, hey, you know what? Maybe the timing on this is not so great. Like, you know, we're in the midst of like an assault on this bill that is supposed to, you know, to really be transformative for the American public. And maybe if you're, I don't know, like it would be sort of like you got up on like in the steps of City Hall and made it really ornate and said, let them eat cake. Which she probably did at one point. Like,
maybe she just wandered in there and
now I let you. Now let them eat cake.
Maybe she just wandered in there and thought she was doing city business, and then they said, "Will you just please officiate for us?"
Stunning to me.
Earth, Wind, and Fire performed. So,
well, in that case,
yeah.
In that case, I mean, it's just like honestly, like, can't you just deny yourself? Like, I'm sorry, it was on my bucket list to marry a billionaire. You know. I'm getting up there. I'm not going to have another opportunity to do it. And it was going to be so fun for them to have the Speaker of the House do it that I just couldn't give it up. Couldn't give it up.
The full rental package for San Francisco City Hall is $30,000.
30?
30.
That's it?
Yeah, between 2,500 and 3,000 guests. That's what that's priced out to. So
are you kidding me?
$30,000. Yep.
Why the F isn't the City Hall charging more? A billionaire shows up and says, we want to do our wedding here. You know what you say? Yes, you can. $25 million, please. Guess what? You're going to cure homelessness in San Francisco. Otherwise, you can just find a different City Hall. Maybe you can go up to, Carmel by the Sea or something.
Why would you take a normal venue when you could just have City Hall for that price?
$30,000. That sounds cheap.
I'm sure it was not cheap.
Well, we had to bring in the carpets. We had to bring in the caterer. We had to bring in we had to do all the photo shoots. I'm sorry. They should be charging more.